Yeah, you're right. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. So today I'm doing a bit of an eco tour thing, and I'm mic'd up with someone else's mic. What's that about? Hey. This is Clemence from Canada, Quebec, right?
Quebec.
Yeah, you're right. Down the road here is Felix. Some of you may recognize where I'm at. If you don't, I'll tell you. This is Lake Hermitage Road. Not my fishing destination. We are fishing in this video. I am. There are definitely fish here. There's a lot of bait, maybe shrimp. Look how dirty this water is. If you look out this way, that is the LNG plant, one of them. There's another one just that they're starting. They've done the groundbreaking, and it's just a little further down, but you can see it on the horizon. And you see all these dead trees here. There's a lot more if you look down that way and a bit this way. There are trees still living out here, as you see along there. Most of these trees are dead because of salt water coming in. And what we're talking about with them is how there's a bit of a, not just a bit, it's a huge eco disaster, right? It has to do with the river being levied off and then another levee. So when salt water comes in here, the storm surge, it messes us all up, right? Yeah, you're right. I had to slow down and get someone here. Mostly these guys are interested in my experiences with the drought last year and what I think about that, but they're also very interested in the effects of the levees, storm surge, and how this used to be more of a freshwater and brackish environment, and now it's cut off from the river because the river used to annually flood in here, and that's how all this land was built. The river built this land, and now it's not building this land, and this land is disappearing slowly. They were asking me how these fish got here. Somebody being wasteful. Those are all mostly menhaden. Oh, it's irresistible, irresistible. I can't just, I gotta do a cast. It's a bit windy coming down today, but it will lay down as we get down the road. So I'm mostly focused on looking for flounder. However, I am going to get some shrimp somewhere. I'm going to be working this type of curly tail grub. That is a chicken on a chain color. I think it's by Mad Mullet, or Twisted Mullet. I don't think that company is around anymore. All right, guys, let's continue down the road. Eco tours by M Hood, sort of. All right, this is another quick stop. This is Port Sulphur. Just a couple of minutes here. I don't typically like to come here during the day. I prefer nighttime, but it is a decent spot for flounder at night. You can get a couple here. All right, guys, I think we're gonna go further down the road, but there are flounder here. I was talking to this Texan. He's caught one. So it's always weird when you're going fishing with people who know fish, right? And time is ticking. So we're here for you guys. You know I love this spot. We're on the river, but we're just here to check it out. Fort Jackson. I'm appreciating the flower beds they have now. Really cool looking. This one and the same over there. Kind of a cottage garden appeal. I like bringing people here. I like fishing here, but not today. Yeah, you're right. This video probably has been tracking kind of weird. Lots of conversation with them. They're pretty much interviewing me. Here we are pretty much the end of the day, pretty much the end of the road. We're in Venice. I've finally been successful in finding some place that was open and willing to sell me fresh dead shrimp, because that's probably what's up today. There's no moving water. This is a great spot, one that I like for flounder. We're going to spend just a few minutes here, and then we're going to go to a spot that has way too many damn pelicans. The theme throughout this video is basically this. When I started this channel over maybe about 14 years ago, a lot of spots like this on the side of the road did not look like this. We'd look out here in this direction with the sun going down and we'd see a lot more grass. A lot of us guys have those memories when we didn't see this open water. And each year there's more open water. It's just a reality. And a lot of us know why. And I think I've made my point, but it's basically because the river's not rebuilding this. There's too many cuts and canals put into the marsh, and there's coastal erosion. I do want to throw the jig because there's nothing more satisfying than catching a flounder or just about any fish on an artificial. However, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know if I want to catch anything, I will get something done very fast by putting a bit of fresh dead shrimp on this 2-aught Kale. It's a Carolina rig, only an ounce. This is a spot where the water moves through here, but it's not moving right now. We're just going to... Oh, I see there's fish feeding out there. I'm just gonna wait for the bite. I might get forced to put this rod down, and yeah, I feel that temptation coming right now. My fishing has been very limited on this session because it's mostly about, they are interviewing me. So we have a little bit of time left. They basically wanted to drive down here. They met me at 4, and we've visited a few spots, and the idea is to drive all the way to Venice. So I've tried a few spots, but mostly have been limited in what I can do. Therefore, I'm running out of time because they need to head back around sunset. So I decided that we would do at least 2 casts focused on whatever fish is feeding right off in front of the grass over there. And then we're going to inflict everybody with too many damn pelicans. What?
I thought they were alligators, but I think it was
maybe
birds.
There's probably some out there, but you ready to go see the dumbest but also our state bird?
Ready.
Well, we gotta get across this road. So, unlucky and lucky at the same time. I'm at the Cypress Cove cleaning station. I'm gonna fish dead shrimp under a cork for cats here. There are no pelicans. Sometimes there's just way too many damn pelicans here, and it can be an issue fishing around them. They fly right into your line. That's why we call them dumb. But yeah, they're kind of dumb, but not too dumb. Yeah, you're right. They're not here. There's some people over here. Looks like they're fishing for cats. And there's moving water finally. Let's get fishing. Let's see if we can get a fish. Same kind of hook, like a 2-aught Kale. But this is 45-pound test mono, and we got a fish. Oh no, we had a takedown there. So that's a ready-made cork with a leader attached to it, and it's a steel leader. Lots of people come here to clean big fish, and they throw everything into the where fish on. So I was striking out at all these spots that we stopped at, right guys? And Felix was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to get a video, and I was like, I'm not worried about it, because I knew that this would be in spot, right? I knew I was coming here. So there we go. Little eater-sized blue cat. It is on my mind, but I'm gonna let that one go. Felix thought I was gonna strike out and not get a fish, but yeah, dirty water and it wasn't moving. This is what had to happen. Had to find a place that was open and willing to sell me fresh, not frozen, bait shrimp. See that steel leader H&H? These were on sale. I like these, but not for live bait. Every time I put a live bait under one of these, it always twists up. However, perfect for this. Get through the guard and everything. And the reason why I am float fishing here is because directly in front of this, you've got all these rocks and other things. There's a nice drop off, so it's a good depth, right? Very snaggy. These guys in the boat, maybe they're out in front of the snags able to fish, but it's where they're located, right? Where they're casting from. They're not dragging in. So if I threw out right here, the current is strong. It's going to bring me into the snags. This will work. You'll get a big one just like this. Doesn't have to be shrimp, but shrimp is a good bait here. Great time of year to come do this and expect freshwater cats here because the river's up. It's at 12 feet. It's going to stay there. I'm hoping that we see it go green a little bit. Like last year, we had a really bad drought. We had a bit of one the year before, but last year's was really, really bad. Had a lot of bad effects down here, not just on the river, but other places. Well, I don't really want to see that happen again this year, but I do like a green river. Big bull shark or a small bull shark. Just bull shark in general out of the river is kind of fun, and other things, you know, especially if it's just green down here. There's going to be big jack crevalle coming in here and other things, but generally the water's dirty everywhere right now. So yeah, shrimp on the bottom, shrimp under the cork, or cut bait probably give you the most fun. But if you get out in the boat, I'm pretty sure, pretty 100% guarantee you that you can find some fish with artificials. You just got to work for it, but you may not. You may just find too many damn dolphins. Honestly, I was hoping we would see the pelicans, but it is kind of nice when they're not here. Clamots over here was excited about it, but there's no pelicans. But you can see on the lines on these,
They're flying.
they got these things to spook the pelicans from flying into them. Yeah, the crash is horrible. So I'm throwing up current. There's a lot of activity, and every time I throw out almost in line with where the boat is spot locked, right, I don't get a hit. So it's about 20 feet to almost off the rocks where I'm going to get a hit, and probably like a lot of small. There's always tons and tons of fish here. If there's, sometimes you can see a big carcass right in the water right off the rocks, and there'll be 20, 30, 40 little catfish feeding off the thing. A big tuna carcass or something. But we're going to try throwing it not too close, but about maybe 12 feet in front of the rocks where the current is rip-rapping the most. Kind of, there we go. Right out of that current seam. This is a bigger fish than the first one, but it's not a big fish in fact, but bigger than the first one. Sometimes you do that here. You work your way up to something big. Sometimes you're just pulling out eater size, but sometimes that's what you want. I want to see what the biggest fish I can get on this cheap rod and 45-pound test is, but at least we're not a one fish video at the moment. We're two fish. Yeah, you're right.
What is this one?
A blue cat again. This is a blue cat. Small. But this would eat good. It'd be nice and tender. I'll give him a chance to get big though. I think I did that one a little too far out. We're running out of time. But yeah, typically this is what I say about this spot. I've heard bad stories, people saying they're getting run off and stuff or whatever. Well, if you show up here in the middle of the day and there's a lot of activity and you get in the way, what do you expect? But afternoon on a weekday, it's not always busy here. maybe 1 or 2 people cleaning some fish in the middle of the night. There's no one out here too much, maybe the odd fisherman cleaning a tuna. However, if you're quiet, which I'm not always quiet, this isn't the time of the afternoon where quiet is of the necessity, so I'm quite fine to not be quiet. But however, in the dead of the night and I'm fishing here, I'm as quiet as possibly could be allowed, because sometimes I get way too excited. You know who it's really difficult for? Alex. Woo! Alex missed a fish, he wakes up Tokyo, but he's in Louisiana. I love him though. Woo! I had to enact the M-Hood rule. I just didn't have a lot of time to fish today. I just shot down here more of an eco tour with some fishing, and it looks like the weather's about to turn. The wind is picking up, clouds are dark. They are super tired because they actually flew in from Quebec this morning. Yeah, you're right, they got up a lot earlier than I did, and they are tired. They just wanted to interview me about last year, the drought, and how it's affecting this year, and other eco things. Very interesting, very interesting. Later on I will talk about where you could read the article when it comes out, but that'll be later on. So hey, thanks for watching, sharing, liking, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel, holding on, waiting for me when I have too many rain days in a row, just sticking in there. Thank you for that. There are videos coming. We will be busy because the weather's getting better. Yeah, you're right. So I will see you next time.